Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Watch Party. We're back after a long hiatus. And of course, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Always a good drink for your casual needs
If you
for
want that one of a kind taste, try Dr. Pepper. It tastes like nothing. I'm hoping Paul Sr. does not come and murder me for that. You remember that commercial was like it was Junior versus Senior back in the day on Discovery, and they had Paul Sr. for a Dr. Pepper commercial. It's like he's like, "Hey, what does that taste like?" Oh, Dr. Pepper. It tastes like Dr. Pepper. Are you trying to be funny? I'll ask you one last time. What does Dr. Pepper taste like? Dr. Pepper tastes like Dr. Pepper. It's showtime. And then they end the commercial. He's like, Dr. Pepper does take likes Dr. Pepper. In your face, Senior. I know all that, but I can't do math. I know. It's crazy.
hey, Sarah, George. If
George,
anybody wants to watch the show with us, the watch link
it
is
is a
heavily
classic. It's a classic. You're missing out. It's amazing.
and no, you don't need a YouTube channel to join us. You don't need a YouTube channel. Just come in as yourself. We're not asking you for your channel name, none of that garbage. Just say who you are in the private chat. Be like, if you just say hi, Anime Night, it's such and such in the private chat, you're fine. But with that out of the way, we are gonna go ahead and get this going. Uh, there it is. See you all in the discussion.
Funny. Oh, here we go. There he dude. There he is. Here we go. Soon we'll see him. God, I love this. Oh, oh. Ah, ah, the blob. That voice sounds familiar. Oh man, look at that. It's the blob, so he's hungry. I love animation like this. Visual comedy, that's the best.
Stop.
Uh-oh, don't call him blob. Blob, now, kid, this was comedy back in the day. She just The stick is very different from the usual ones we see. Ooh. Ooh, I love the writers are bold for this. Ooh. Wait. How in the world do they have that car again? Did he just buy a new one? There's no way. It got destroyed. Let's go. Yeah. How did he get that car again? How did he get that car? It got destroyed by saber-tooth blast. All right.
Either Scott knows a really great mechanic. We'll save that for the discussion. But
Or he
still,
probably stole one. Knowing Scott, he probably stole one.
probably.
Oh, my power. Ah, there he is. Finally. And Quicksilver? That's what you're concerned about? The sales? I, I love the fact Logan's acting like a parent here. Jack, step up your game.
Can we take a moment to appreciate that visual?
Again, folks,
That
I wish we could show it, but the way how the scene described, yes, we had the Brotherhood of Mutants right so far right now. In here, we have both. I got the list right here. We got ourselves Avalanche, Toad, the Blob, and Rogue, all in one room together. Pretty awesome. But when Mystique is talking to the man himself, Magneto, the way the lighting's convey here of recovering Magneto in the shadows, how he's got again the purple, but also the red and the yellow, and how we're using the darkness to convey Magneto. Yes, we know it's him, but you don't need to show him in full glory. He's covered in darkness. I love this guy. It's intimidating that if I was there in this room accidentally seeing my boss, I'll be like, oh shit, shit. I'll be saying shit, shit, shit. It's magnificent. And this is why I love animation, because you can do so much more in it than live action. But then again, animation and live action, they share the same principles as well. You know, because he's still in darkness before things became way too digital. It's masking it. I can see the highlights still. I can still see the armor, despite a lot of it being covered up. Had it been more digital these days, it kind of would be a little destroyed where I would see a little bit too much detail, but when I see less of it and make my eyes wonder what's going on, just a little bit, I can still see his helmet. I can still see the cape and his intimidating pose. It's magnificent. Magnificent.
Exactly. Anyway, back to the
You Phoenix. No way, that doesn't happen. It got canceled. Woo! That angle was perfect. Damn. Oh, there it is. There he is. Oh, hey, hey, hey! I heard the OG thing just a little bit. Da-da-da-da-da. Get it? Get it? So there was Shadow. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, I know what that is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that being concluded right now, we are about to start the panel link. For those who do kind of want to join the panel, usually we do leave a link if you guys want to now talk with us a little bit, like how these episodes were for a little bit, or you can always chat with us in the comments section. So, so finally, we got introduced to two old friends and then one new one who really does not come back in the comic book, sadly. Though at the same time, Spike is slightly referenced to different characters who kind of like have the Spike design a little bit to similar abilities, mostly design wise. So, yes, Spike is now, since we got Spike here, he will be now the audience POV, despite him only being in half of the episodes and not all of them. I know. It took 5 episodes to get to Spike, and then it's like he kind of is there, but he's still important at least. He's in half of the episodes of the 4 seasons for X-Men Evolution. So, well, but with that being said, we got a younger version of both Blob and Quicksilver in these episodes. Mostly, I was introduced to the Blob due to X-Men Origins Wolverine, so I always kind of like that version of a little bit. But again, do not call him Big or Blob. I think it was X-Men Evolution that had no X-Men Origins Wolverine's like, did you just call me Blob? No, I said Bob. No, you said Blob. And then Will.i.am's like, why the hell did you call him Blob? I didn't call him Blob. I called him Bub because he was big in that version, wearing a lot of fat suit. So for that one, but yeah, Blob definitely's got the strength. Obviously, you guys know Quicksilver due to the various versions of him over the years. And yes, if they're doing Quicksilver, they will later do Scarlet Witch. So hang in there, guys. We will see the twin in the near future and the boy Spike. Spike was, again, like most, specifically created for the audience to get into X-Men to be their POV. If, again, the original series of the X-Men was for Julebee's eyes, now this one is going to be Spike. But again, he's only in half of the episodes, so he's there and not there. And since with him being, Spikes, you kind of see his new unique design. Also, spoiler alert, he will gain a different mutation later on in the series. So Spike does get an evolution a little bit, so be aware of that. So, but are all of these episodes connected? They're all connected in one way. Like I said, for the moment, the Brotherhood of Mutant is here for at least the moment for the school. At least for those who are in the Brotherhood of Mutant. Obviously, Mystique, Toad, Avalanche, Blob, and Quicksilver all in one place. We're just missing Scarlet Witch since she will be later showing up. Obviously, he has shown himself. Magneto and Anime Night. Quick question: do you know who voices Magneto for this version of Magneto?
Oh, his voice sounds so familiar.
I mean, very familiar. He was just in a popular video game series and a popular show, and what Eagle Rider wanted to play for Lilo and Stitch.
Ah, Gantu. He was the voice. He was the voice of Gantu.
Wrong. I said it's what Eagle Rider who she wanted to play in the live action Lilo and Stitch. And it's also in a popular video game series and a popular show. And also that we just recently talked about on Nightcast a couple of times for this popular video game series that's getting an adaptation very soon. That we just talked about.
Help me.
All right, God of War's actor. This is Kratos.
Ah,
A young Christopher Judd voices this version of Magneto, and everyone's like, "No." I'm like, "Do I gotta pull it up?"
So that was you watching it with us. Well, and I hope you enjoyed the episodes.
I mean, guys, it's right here. I'll pop this up. So,
Judge. Okay, Judge. Wow, I feel.
There he is. 20 roles. Magneto Evolution. A young Christopher Judd for Magneto. But he's not the only one I've found. Apparently, the one and the only, like I said, for Quicksilver for that episode, it's Inuyasha himself, Richard Ian, as Quicksilver. So everyone going is like, wait, what? As in the original Inuyasha is playing Quicksilver. Huzzah! And I found out who Toad was played by. Apparently his name is Noel Fisher, and apparently he's been in the likes of, he was in the finale for Breaking Dawn. He was the live action voice for Michelangelo in 2014 and 2016 TMNT. He's been in shows of Criminal Minds, Suspected Behavior, Lie to Me, Law and Orders, SVUs, Bones. He had a very small role in 2.5 Men and for a one-off. What else we got here? He was in Fear the Walking Dead for an episode. So, also he's been in the... What else we got here? What's a big one? I need a big name here. Oh, those are the big ones. So, yes. Again, it's always finding a little bit more of these people that I always love to watch and find. And eventually, when we do get the Quicksilver, to Scarlet Witch, it is also another Inuyasha actor. She voices Sango in Inuyasha. Deanna in Martin Mysteries, Class of the Titan as Theresa. This is the current. Wait, what? The voice for Starlet Glimmer for My Little Pony's Magic, the one and only Kelly Sheridan. So when we get to her, just remember that, that's her. Oh, sure, she's one of the Barbies in the Barbies film series. Yes, so before she was replaced by Limbeck, so she did a lot of the stuff from, because she succeeded Diana Karen for Barbie in 2010. So so we got a lot of stuff, but did I just say Black Lagoon for one? No, that's the other one. So yes, I like these. So with these episodes, what they also do, they show you that what the Brotherhood of Mutants are slowly influencing them. Like I said, Blob, this is a much younger version of Blob. Like we said, this is teen drama, and it works. When they're young enough, don't know what to do, and it's how they get influences by this. They tend to do a lot of bad, which everybody's guilty of at one point or not in their life, getting influenced by the wrong people.
Mm-hmm. And it also, and I can't believe that was Forge. I'm like, eh.
Yep, that was Fred. That was the Blob. I was like, ooh. I was like, who is this guy? But then I saw him lift all the cars. I'm like, oh, it's the Blob.
And also the dude at the end of episode 6, the one that was with Kurt, I can't believe that was Forge. I'm like, oh.
I'm like, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I was like, that's the Forge. I'm like, and then I quickly Googled him. I was like, oh shit. Well, that's a name I haven't heard in years.
It was good to see him though. It was really good and everything. And yes, I know Ray saw blah 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 blah, but you know what? It was fun. No complaints. And it was good because people gotta remember this is a different take on the X-Men. This is a different take on it. But it was actually done really well, and oh my goodness, seeing Storm in that bikini. Hello, mama. I joke, but
well, then again, with Spike being here, it's nice to know that at least this version of Rogue had a nephew to look out for. That's why I like Spike saying that. Everyone's like, well, why is he calling Storm? Well, you got to remember, everyone has their character name and their legal government name. And when he kept saying that, I'm like, Who is he talking to? Who is he talking to? And then I looked at her again. I'm like, oh, that's Storm. I'm like, duh, that's Storm. And to me, it's always weird because to me, Halle Berry is my Storm. So seeing any other version outside of her and the animation series is like, I'm like, right, that's duh, that's her name. Not get it together, Joker. So I'm like, and it was nice to know that again, she's also recruiting too, keeping an eye on Spike, and it's like, and like we said beforehand with Shadowcat, not everybody knows mutants. So in this case, it's like, okay, her relatives do know her. She has her abilities, and they know that Spike kind of has holes, but they don't know how he's getting them. So when you get that confirmation, it's not like get the hell out of here. It's more like, oh, so that's why he's always close to her more often. So I like that little bit. Shows you the contrast between how they're handling it by case by case. Go ahead.
Uh, but it was a lot of fun. I love the 3 episodes. It was nice to see like all the humor and the downtime and everything with all the seriousness. And I like how it balances it out. We get the comedic side, we get the serious side, back to comedic and lighthearted. That's tough to do in an episode act. Um, but X-Men Evolution so far has proven they can handle it.
They
And
can
they
handle
do
it and talk about some serious subjects. Like again, look at Jane and the Blob together. Ooh, how many times has that happened? I thought for sure he was going to take her to the ER, be like, "Hey, look, I'm sorry, but no, it went a little dark." It's like, oh, even for a kids show, they knew how to handle it. And it's also great that, like again, like I say, Logan is the parent. So when when Charles gets the whole yes, hold on, Gene, we'll get there. Logan springs into action, no questions asked. He just gets on the costume, gets on the bike, go. I'm like, that is a true parent right there for you. And again, I love this because this one lets them be the adults. Storm, Charles, Mystique, Magneto, Logan, Sabretooth, everybody we will eventually meet to some you will see later on. They get to be the adults instead of being like, okay, I had to be with the core group, we're all acting the same age. Let them be adults, please. I enjoy this a lot more than some of the recent adaptations they've been getting lately. So this feels fresh in my opinion, and what they should be. Age comes wisdom, and I like that. Even Logan, when he's talking about Spike for dinner, about wanting his revenge, even he said, like, look, if I know him, he's gonna want his revenge. And he's not wrong. He's lived for centuries. He knows what these grudges are like. Small, even if they're petty or not, it's like someone wants revenge. And like, you know what? He's right.
he is correct. And I even though I grew up in the original X-Men animated series with the Wolverine, I like this adaptation also. I like this one too because it's Wolverine when he's the more sane voice in the room. And I'm glad they made like Scott and Jean like the aged up teenagers, but I think of like in later classes and everything, which does make sense to a degree. And remember, Kitty is a freshman, so that actually shows the dynamic. So if Kitty is a freshman, I have to say that
They're probably either sophomores or juniors around or close to that.
ballpark estimate,
In
they're
the ballpark because
probably.
they're not seniors. Because remember, they're still in school at that time.
And it's pretty amazing how that works, and I'm glad that we got that Storm is the adult that and I back up what you just said. I'm glad we have the adults in the room as well, like, everybody's there. And Mystique being the adult, Magneto being the adult, Charles, everybody, it surprisingly, it works. And the dynamic is there, but I love the shots. That Magneto pose, oh my lord, you
Even for
cannot
a kid
match that.
show like this, holy crap! The animators knew that. All right, this is finally because we're not doing the whole. He's in the shadow. Well, no, we saw him in the first few episodes at least, back in the early watch. But now he's like coming. He's slowly coming in, and like I said, when Mystique is talking to him, it's like, look at the way the shadow comes in with the covering most of the body armor, or you can still make out the lines on the helmet or the eyes and part of it. It's like, this is so cool. And again, since they teased this, we got to see him again coming in with the cape and him slowly walking. Not fully getting the shot, but you do see part of the hand. And I was like, yes, here we go. He's getting manipulated. And for those who don't know that, why do you guys keep talking about Speed and Scarlet Witch? Did you guys forget Age of Ultron? Did you guys not remember Hello? Days of Future Past, even though they didn't quite say it yet, because even the Fox version of X-Men does not have a Scarlet Witch, which never made sense to me. So we got quick, but then again, their Quicksilver is dead, so whoops. Along with the Age of Ultron's Quicksilver, so whoops. Yeah, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, they're twins, they're siblings. So yes, technically speaking, those are Magneto's kids. So he's manipulating his own son to join him. So I find that to be funny. But also, that's just dad for you. And yes, don't worry, Magneto has more than those two. Those are definitely the two popular ones and more modern types. But if you saw, what was it? It was a live action adaptation where we got to see more of the children. It was it the Initiation? I know it was an
I think
adaptation.
I think it was the adaptation of that, and and it was pretty cool because we did get to see more later on in the X-Men movies with the kids, like, there were other kids aside from the mainline people. I think this was the 3rd
There
movie,
you go. There we go. The Gifted. There we go. That's what it was. The Gifted. It was the Gifted. Because one of the people in there was one of the daughters to Magneto. So I was like, oh yeah, that's right. She was part of it a little bit because it was like because both the Gifted and then the Legion. So I never saw Legion, but I knew Gifted was out there. And then it was like
al
Mutant
als
X years ago.
also, let's take a look at that subtle note when Jean is tied up and everything, or metal bounded. You see her struggle a little bit with the locker. That is actually a very great detail because she is still, even though she said that she's used to her powers, there are certain, we see the certain limitations of that. Because remember, Jean got hurt, i.e., the nice mark across her head, and
So it was
she was
probably harder
in,
to concentrate.
because she was in that much distress. And we did see a bit of the Phoenix. We did see a bit of that, just a tad of
I was
that.
like, come on, use the Phoenix. It's like, but the cosmic entity's not here yet, so they're not in space. So
But it's there. Like, it's subtly there, but not enough. And I feel, and that's what I love about that scene, like, it is because not everybody can control their powers. I mean, thank God Scott did not open his eyes when he got tossed into
but thank God Rogue showed up and she said the iconic line, didn't Mystique tell you about me? No. My powers are your powers, and I can take more than one.
oh, that was beautifully done. And I like the mixture
Phoenix should have
too.
showed up. It's like, so did you finally? Yeah, now I can say the line properly. And how she said it with that southern accent when she's angry, I was like, that made it perfect. I was like, don't mess with Rogue, guys. This is why I keep saying, if you gotta know an X-Men, at least no Rogue, because at least you'll be safe. Logan, you're probably gonna get shot. Deadpool, well, you know Deadpool. Sorry, you're gonna die, or he's gonna use you as a meat shield. If you know Beast, yeah, you'll probably solve something through diplomatic. So Beast and Rogue, you'll be fine.
Yeah, and we're not asking a lot. We're not asking much from people. As long as you know who they are, that's all that matters. And we're not asking you to subvert your expectations because we're
But there
watching.
can be some subversion. Them going teenagers, like I said, around this era where we had like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Glee, all those teen sitcoms around that time period being drama or comedy. This made sense. Be like, let's just take the X Men and put them into school. Like, sweet. And what I
And
do like about even the last episode, even the Spike episode, they really are hanging upon that these are still teenagers, but you got to work together as a team. That's why the school is there for. It's not just you to get better at your powers, but to you to be better in society. Even Gene said that I only use my powers for this, not like that, where the Blob is using brute force. We saw in the intro to his episode where, yes, he's in the carnival, whatever you want to call it. I call it the Derby because he's got all these cars, so he's lifting stuff. When people are applauding him, he's happy. But when he messes up, they start laughing, and we get what he's known for: rage, hatred, and that's why he's recruited for that, because he can use his unrelenting strength and hold no bounds. Compared to where Charles, if he got to him first, would probably control his strength better. Also, I love the visual gags. Again, you guys should have seen Anime Knight's face in the panel when he saw all the food the Blob was piling up. Like, pile it up, pile it up. I'm like, classic food cafeteria gag. I'm like, he's a big man, just let him eat. He's like, what's going on? But they also balance it out with the funny comedic, ha 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 ha. We get it. He's big
I
and
mean,
heavy,
I
so he breaks the
understand
chair.
that. I give credit to that lunch lady. She was prepared. But
And probably no one else had food.
that damn burger and subs threw me off. I'm like, wait, what? A burger and a that's what took me out. I'm like, that set me flying. I'm like, everything else was fine, but the damn burger and the sub. Lady Lady must have had a secret refrigerator or some shit like that, because good grief. Oh my goodness. But that was a fun episode. I like the fact also that they that the powers are there and everything, but they're not as noticeable as what we'll see later on with what we know now. I like the subtlety, like the slow build up and everything. And and it just makes you wish, like, oh my goodness, can we go back to these times when it was fun? Because believe me, it hits hard in some areas. But I'm glad that they tackle, like, the serious subjects, but still make it enjoyable enough to learn from it.
Even the obvious one where Spike is blamed for Quicksilver doing all the robbery and everything, Scott makes the brilliant point: use your powers, suffer the consequences. Use them in that sensitive way. But even then, when he learned to be quicker than Quicksilver, keep it subtle. It's like, so you admit to the crimes. You can't prove anything. And then he brings out the tape. I'm like, clever, simple, yet effective. And that was enough to bust him. So, like, until Magneto to escape. But as you go further on to the series, since it's an old show, when you get to the later seasons, you do see one of them, because when it's on the clips on YouTube, when Rogue is playing basketball, she gets the score in. Her classmates are furious, but she got the score in. Joke. No, they're furious because they believe she used her powers. It's even in that scene where it's like, no, she just used her powers. It's like, no, I didn't. And they're like, yeah, sure. They leave. Even when she goes to leave to talk to her teacher, she's like, Hey, why are you taking away our trophies? Sorry, Rogue. I don't believe we deserve these trophies. Again, that's when everyone learning a bit more of the mutants, but it's like, yeah, but were those trophies obtained beforehand or after? That makes me go like, hmm. But then again, you're also kind of taking away from the other players, so no one's technically speaking wrong. It's how they're saying it to each other. In that scene, Rogue didn't use any powers because her power is about stealing. Like, who's yet to steal to shoot a basketball? But then you can't blame the students because of, did you steal one of ours? And you can't blame the teacher, even though he's kind of a jerk. It's like, he's not wrong, but again, it's like everybody's right and wrong, but it's like there's no gray area yet. So that's why I like the show a lot, because it does stuff like that. Take something simple as a scene of shooting basketball, but then you add layers and layers to it to be like, now this has a deeper meaning to it.
Exactly. And when you really, really look at it, it, it brings it just the writing team was at their A is at their best. And you cannot write those scenes any better than they already are. And I'm glad that we still have that shift with Rogue. Like, is she gonna join the Brotherhood or is she joining the X-Men? That's a
Like even
nice.
her leaving felt natural for this version of Rogue, which is like, it's between you guys. I'm out. And like, yeah, she's right. All she did was accidentally trap Nightcrawler, and she was trying to hide the evidence, but also like the fact she had the conscience screw very quickly. In another show, modern writing would have had to go back and forth. Like, I should tell them. No, I don't have to tell them. I should tell them. I shouldn't tell them. I'm glad that her conscience was off screen, and we were with the maturity of saying that, okay, I trapped him. Let me help you, or I'm out. I'm like, good call, good call for that. That was smart. And then when you do see the Brotherhood of Mutants and the X-Men fight, again, I just love all their powers. Spike with the spikes, Avalanche with his earthquakes abilities. Frog Toad is still funny to me because I'm like, how do you make a Toad intimidating? But I just love his actors. His actor knows how to be goofy, but also trying to sound serious. Just can never finish the job. Also, the fact he teleported the car into that dimension, I was like, and then
That's
the car
that was
came
the
back
thing.
up again.
Beauty.
That was funny. I was like,
That
so
that
now I
is
gotta wonder: is Mystique gonna punish him? Like, you are in school suspension, but then he's like, you can't prove I did it. It's like, yeah, darn, you're right.
and what I like is this. Oh, the reaction from Quicksilver to Magneto. He's like, "You,"
That was good. It was so good,
and that was perfect. And
and
it's like because everybody knows that dynamic with him and Magneto. Everybody knows it. I know it. Joker knows it. But that right there, that line, perfect. It didn't say too much. It was subtle. Go ahead, Joker.
Richard's such a good actor, man. When I heard his voice instantly, I'm like, yep, that's Inuyasha right away, doing his famous Inuyasha voice with a little spin and twist on it. Like when you see the big bad himself just show up, it's like, what did I do? It's so good, but also has a double meaning since again, this is his son and everything. Kind of takes on a double meaning. Like he just wants his son to come back. So sweet. So I love that. So, but as we further get into these episodes, we'll see more of the school setting kind of slowly go away, and eventually kind of get what the world would know about the mutants. Also interesting. Also, but even before then, you also gotta love they're still teenagers. Let them act like teenagers. Even the last episode, I love the fact that Nightcrawler and Scott do not get along. This is what teenagers do. They fight. They argue. People are going to say, no, they don't. I'm sorry. Even when I was growing up to be a teenager, my classmates were fighting. I heard them fight. I've heard some beef. I've heard people kept secrets that were kicked off the team due to some underage drinking because they were under contract not to drink, but they were getting busted at these parties. This feels natural, especially how Scott like, let's just not go to a party. And Nightcrawler's like, no, come on, we gotta go to the party. Come on, line up. And I love at the end that they both recognize that, you know what, you're right, I should line up. And Nightcrawler was like, you know what, you're right, I should, be a bit more serious. Because you can see it right then and there. If they blew it up, Forger and Nightcrawler would never get out. That's why Scott was smart to be like, wait, but he wouldn't say restart, don't. He would say, don't restart. And I love he quickly put it two and two together, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna blow this up. And it's like, oh right. Smart. And also in that episode, you can tell Forger was from the 70s because Nightcrawler's like, what is he saying? That was the dialogue. If for those who do grew up with all the different generations, that was the dialogue for the 70s, how people remember. I gotta wonder who they talked to, or they had a write ups like, look, this is what my father or uncle used to talk to back in the day, and these kids are vaguely in the 90s, early 2000s, so with that fashion, so here's what they're gonna talk like. So so I love that. I love that little bit. So little modern history lesson for you. So our dialogue was always different. So loved it. Also, Shadowcat, for the reason why the guys like explosions, because they're badass.
And it's one of those things where it's like I just gotta watch. You see the tank catching fire, and it's like I just gotta watch this. Bluey. That never gets old.
Also, again, like I said when we watched the first 3 episodes, again, looks like they had the proper budget for these episodes because no one's faces was melting off this time around. Unlike last time where Shadowcat was melting for a few. Again, they're probably just getting used to stuff or be like, what do we got to say for? So again, these episodes did look a little bit better in that department where powers feel more natural or know when to use it correctly. No one's faces is melting off, but again, they did say season 1 had the budget, but then again, when we get to my favorite episode, which is coming up with the whole school dance, you will see the Buffy the Vampire reference. So, yay! It's coming.
And I like the fact that Sheen just brazenly used her powers like to deflect the food and everything.
That was a nice little touch.
But luckily it was to her advantage. She's like, okay,
at least he's invisible.
Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to me.
I gotta wonder if somebody did see that. Like, how did you not get hit? I was quick. No,
actually, Kitty. I like this variation of Kitty way better. This is my favorite one of her because it's natural. It fits the tone, and her reactions are what you expect. I love the dynamic between all.
I always love Kitty's design for the show. It's so.
I love the dynamic. I love the dynamic between all 4 girls. I love Jean. I love Kitty, Storm, and Rogue. They nailed each of them perfectly.
Also, I'm gonna tell this to Shadowcat. How did no one see you leap to the floor?
Just right.
How did no one spot this? Like, how did no?
And where did she even go?
Everyone's gone. But then also, where's the cafeteria? But then again, that's probably to her advantage. Be like, okay, just get underneath here, and then it'll be fine and everything.
But where did she phase to, though, is the bigger question.
That's what I was saying. Like, where did she phase to? The boiler room? The guys, girls locker room? Where did? Because
also, I love. Speaking of the girls' locker room, I love that subtlety from Forge. Like, The
How does it
oh yeah.
reach to? The girls' locker room. Bummer. Ah, so
Uh,
Ford was one of those people that he got to take a quick
I love that. That is such a perfect joke right there.
because it's also set up earlier that we saw a blue hair ghost in the bathroom. He's like, Mike, and then Scott's looking for him. So goes to the male's bathroom, not the girl. Oh, so I I bet someone had fun writing that scene, be like, eh. Also, I got to bring this up again. How in the world did they get the car to be fixed?
You
Because the
went
last episode, the
crazy
guy
on that
destroyed.
one.
I was like,
Ye-
wait. The car broke in the last episode, in episode 3. And there's no way in hell. Oh, no, 2 was it? I think it was 2. And there's no way in hell they just fixed this up because that thing was damaged. It was broken. So either one or two things happened. One, they just replaced it. But two, they just stole an identical one that no one would notice it. So someone probably stole it, or two, someone bought it. Because there's no way they're coming home without a car.
Oh, absolutely. It's mind-boggling how that happens. And it's like, what? We saw that car get destroyed. My theory is they either they have like the best mechanic in town at the mansion, or Scott really has some huge money behind him.
I'm gonna say this: they just Nightcrawler just found the nearest one and teleported to the mansion. No questions asked. it's the perfect.
Oh, that
It's the
detail.
perfect
That
five-finger
that de
theft.
Also, Nightcrawler, teleporting. Rogue sniffed the air. That was a beautiful detail.
I told you, shouldn't it be smelling like eggs or something? I love the fact that someone finally did this. Thank you. It took X-Men Evolution to do this. Not the Fox movies, not the animation, not the 97 continuation. It took X-Men Evolution to go. And also, I love the little subtle hint. Oh, God, he's like an annoying little brother. Womp womp. Bum bum bum. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Foreshadowing, Ro? You foreshadowing much? But I really like these episodes so much. So we're gonna get out of here. I can't wait till we should be good next week. So I can't wait for these episodes again to pop up again. Because this is a good show, man. I only
Oh,
caught a few back in the day, but this is so good.
exactly. Stay tuned, everybody, for next Thursday's episodes. We're going to be watching episode 7 through 9. And I'm excited to see what else we're going to run into, what other mysteries we're going to unravel. This
I
is
want to know
getting
which I
good.
want to know which spin on these new other on some classic characters we're going to see. Because gosh, I am hoping to see a few more of them pop up.
But we're gonna get out of here, guys. Big thank you to Neri and Sarah, George, and a few others for stopping on by. Um, Tune in tomorrow. I might play a different game, but we'll see. Uh, Take care, everybody. We'll see you all again soon. Bye, guys.